Hi guys, welcome to a very important update on the project. First and the foremost, a couple of students who are in the senior design, they asked me if I could extend the project. Well, I was a little at first, and then I always was accommodative for the people who are going through the grueling process of senior design. So therefore, and furthermore, there is only my class is having the luxury of staying on time for whatever reasons. That surprises the heck out of me. Since we are ahead, actually, we are ahead, not even on schedule. Considering the delays, we are ahead, I can say. So I don't mind giving one week extension, especially considering the fact that we have slight adjustment to the demand data. I call it adjustment because I am trying to find a creative way to fake QRS so it'll give some realistic values. I told you in the beginning I am concerned about what kind of output we will get, but I'll get to it in just a second. So the project will be now due. Um, well, what's the original date of due? So 28th, right? 28th. That means May 4th, I believe, which is a Tuesday. Whatever that Tuesday is, yep, May 5th, Tuesday, it is due. Our exam is on May 12th, so therefore, you should be fine, especially those of you who are in senior design, making a presentation on Friday the 1st, so they'll get good relief from this one. Okay, that thing being said, let me give you an update on the adjustment for the demand data. Adjustment it is. It is nothing more, nothing less. So here is how we started with the network. So basically we have the campus with a bunch of nodes here. All right. So you all know that. Now this is the first version. Look at here, the first version of the site network where we took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as um, zones. That means centroid in QRS2. There was no 15 in the first version. I should have taken that out. Okay, now 1, 2, 1 through 5 were treated as centroids when I first gave you the data. And then we figured out this is not liking this part of the data, which is when you say centroid, you cannot give me attractions, give me population, give me retail employment, those kind of data it is expecting. Though there is no rule saying that you cannot have a P&A table for centroids. This is the idiosyncrasy of the software, which is QRS2. Unfortunately, that's all we got. So what I decided is to change these internal zones 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 internal zones into external stations, so I will be able to use the attractions, and at the same time added a new internal zone 15, so there will be some fake P&A between 6 and 15. Here's what happened. So that made the network work, and that made QRS work, but the entire output we got was gibberish. I checked it this morning. It's like completely unusable output. I'll tell you what was happening when this is the second version, which is what you are working now. Today is Friday. Friday, what day is it? April 24th. Friday, April 24th. I'm making this recording at 3:30 p.m. So what's happening is Braddock Road traffic coming over here for this second version. Braddock Road traffic coming here. And my goal was, let's say this is an external station, and this also I treated as external station. I thought there will be an exchange between 10 and 2. Guess what the software is doing? So there should be an exchange. So if I have productions at 10 and only attractions at 2, from 10 to 2 there should be a interchange. But the fact that they're treated as external stations, it's not taking it. So what it instead doing is it's sending people from 10 to 15, 10 to 6. That's it. 10 to 15 and 10 to 6. And 2 to traffic into 2 is like de minimis. There is nothing. That is also coming from 15 and 6, not from 10. So the entire exercise will be completely fruitless. I mean, it's useless if you followed that trait. So I had to come up with a different strategy to fake it. Now, this different strategy with the second version is, of course, we treated 1 through 5 as external stations. So now back to square one, or a diamond one, if you will. Now we are having this version of faking the demand is, we are back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We back to treating them as internal zones, aka centroids. So remember, I told you, if this is a site study, the area of interest is where your internal zones should be. So that is the right way. This is the right way. But I thought I fooled the software, but the software is much dumber than I thought. So what do we got to do? So I scratch, and then faked it. Try to come up with alternative ways to send this traffic from. I'm just giving this 10 as an example. It applies to 11, 12, 13, and 14, 9, every external station. So I have to find a way to send the traffic from 10 to 2. Now, remember, when we have productions, we have control on productions. We believe productions more so than attractions. So instead, if you treat 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as internal zones, and then put some employment data in there, so retail employment, non-retail employment, whatever you want to put. So these home-based productions, home-based work productions, home-based non-work productions have to come here. So that is one thing. Speaking of the home-based work productions, etc., there is one element when you enter the zonal data. Do not put HB question mark or NHB question mark. That question mark thing is, for some reason, it's not working properly. Home-based non-work, HBNW, use that column, you use that row, HBNW. So I will send that as a part of the email. But back to this sending trips from 10 to 2, 10 to 4, 10 to 3. So that was the idea. So back to square one, we will treat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. But there is another thing. When I ran the assignment with the new network, our old network, I am seeing unusually high volume of traffic going from 10 to, this is Broderick Road 123 intersection, going here, and they're going here, and they're going there. We all know that is not the right way people, I mean, that's not how people are driving in this on this campus anyway. So there is another problem. The traffic from 10 into campus is coming to 202, 210, and all the way here, and it's going that way. Broderick Road is not doing catching some of the traffic I thought it will. So, but anyway, so the one reason I removed this connection is because it is attracting way too much traffic than I expected. So 4 to 120 centroid connector is removed. Keep that in mind. So now what are we doing here is back to where we started. Centroid 1 through 5 was back as centroid. If you put zone 15 already, keep it there. But I removed this data, productions and attractions, for centroids, because for centroids, you cannot put productions and attractions data. How are we going to provide the data for centroids? So we have 1 through 6 as centroid and 15 as centroid. So in the next two slides, I'm going to, oh, by the way, so these are centroids 1 through 6, 1 through 5. So we are faking employment data so that the following productions, these productions have the control over. Now for zone 15, take a good look at this. I am going to provide this PowerPoint presentation as a new project description. So for zone centroid zone 15, keep this as your data. So income 55,000, just retail employees 1, non-retail employees 1, and for centroid zone 6, I kept see that there are some dwelling units over there. Now centroid zones 4 and 5, you have this screen here. Centroid zone 2, this screen here. Ignore this 1.87. I think it was an output accidentally created. Centroid zone 1, centroid zone 3. So all the centroids are covered here. Again, this will be provided as a PDF file to you. In the end, the other input data that remains same: background, volume, and speed, capacity. But still, the output you're going to get is slightly weird, but it's less weird than it was before. At least you'll have some understanding of how the process. And I hope this video explains a whole bunch of things. One more time, your project is extended through May 5th. And there is another iteration of the demand data. There's manipulation of the demand data so we can trick the model into giving us something meaningful, a little bit more meaningful. It's not going to be realistic. I will not use the word realistic. There you have it. If you have any questions, you know how to find me, and we will see in the class on Tuesday. Thank you. Have a nice weekend.